So a lot of people asking about the decision and what it was like covering that case. But I can tell you, it really depends on your perspective. You know, there are people that come with so many different thoughts before they get in there, which is why that jury process is so important, that you put all of that aside and judge based on the facts and the evidence.
And the evidence and the testimonies. And joining Jerika here at the table is CBS News legal contributor Caroline Polisi. Caroline, good morning to you. What a whirlwind the past 24 hours really have been. At one point, there was a question if Combs himself would walk out and into freedom yesterday, but now instead he's going to be in prison, in jail, at least until sentencing. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I frankly was surprised. I think it was a close call. Both sides had good arguments. Ultimately, the government did make a persuasive argument that incarceration was mandatory under the Bail Reform Act because of the convictions here. You know, what you noted interestingly is that the judge used actually the defense's closing arguments. They used
his own words.
Exactly. They admitted up front that he was a domestic abuser, that he had, and we all saw the video, right? He is violent, which is one of the considerations under the Bail Reform Act. I think ultimately he's going to get a sentence that would include the time that he's already spent, that would include even up to October. So, yeah, I think it makes sense.
A lot of the criticism from Jump was that the prosecution overreached with these charges. What are your thoughts about that?
I think that was a sentiment that was very real for people who were outside. And even some legal analysts and folks that I've spoken to over the course of these past 8 weeks, they were wondering if that was really going to be the thing that got him that up to life in prison, as we had been reporting, just because of how broad it is and how you had to look at 8 predicate acts, as they say, and 2 of them were all that the jurors need to say yes to, but they also had to believe that he was the leader of a criminal enterprise. I think it was just really difficult for people to wrap their head around that, because these were relationships that he was in with 2 people over the course of one 11 years and another one 4 years. But I know it is a difficult day for those waking up who feel like their voices cannot be heard in this environment.
A lot of
people feel that way,
yeah.
but obviously for the Combs family, they feel like in some ways they've been vindicated, and this is a reset moment, essentially.
Yeah, but important to keep in mind those who have been impacted by this. Jerika Duncan and Caroline Polisi, thank you for your work throughout all of this.